and then saying, here's your freaking grilled cheese.
Hey, Meg, how many farts you been blasting off today?
We talking bigs and smalls? Fronts, backs, wets, dries?
Well, I am going to run out of this room now and leave a comedically shaped hole in the wall.
That was already there from Dad's drunk driving accident.
Nope, running from farts.
Yo, welcome back to the Channel House fam. It's your boy Jay back with another video for y'all. Today we're finding out why Family Guy sucks now. And as always, make sure to drop a like and subscribe and turn them alerts and notifications for more amazing content from the House of Animation. Also, follow us on TikTok if you want to see more clips. But first, let's drop that intro. I was sitting on the couch the other day, kinda bored, flicking through my streaming apps, and suddenly Family Guy came up in the rotation. I was like, fuck it, why not? I hadn't really watched it since season 18, when I first noticed that things were going a little downhill. 4 seasons later, and I gotta say, this shit is straight ass. I tried to watch a couple of episodes, but it felt forced. I didn't get that feeling I did when I was a kid running to the TV to watch this show religiously. Shit, I even had the first 5 seasons on DVD. This show was so funny that it got canceled twice and came back from the dead. That's one of the rarest things to do in TV. It was once hailed as one of the most funniest and most innovative animated sitcoms on TV. Now, many of y'all may have different opinions on when it went bad, but for me, it was around the last 10 years. What the hell happened to one of my favorite all-time shows? These are the reasons why the show is so booty now. So let's break this joint down. Family Guy's bread and butter was always the cutaways, short, unrelated scenes that interrupted the main storyline. At its peak, you couldn't wait till a cutaway scene came on. They had purpose, substance, and more importantly, they were funny as fuck. These jokes were fresh and innovative in the early seasons, but they have become increasingly repetitive and predictable. The over-reliance on the cutaway jokes has led to a fragmented narrative structure, making it difficult for me to engage with the main plot and characters. Some of these cutaways feel like they're just placed into the show to satisfy some criteria on how many cutaways are needed per episode. Like, what happened to the good cutaways like this?
News? What news?
What's the most wonderful thing that could happen to this family?
No, the Phillies won.
These jokes often reference out-of-pocket pop culture moments, historical events, or random absurdities that seem to come out of nowhere. However, as the series progressed, the vibe of these jokes fell off. Episodes now feel like series of unrelated skits rather than a cohesive story. This structural issue detracts from the overall viewing experience as the constant interruptions prevent any meaningful character or plot development. This leads us right into our second point. Man, the character development is so ass now. In its earlier seasons, Family Guy featured well-developed characters with distinct personalities and relatable flaws. Peter, the dumbest rocks yet well-meaning father, was a character many viewers could empathize with, despite his shortcomings. Lois was the voice of reason who balanced Peter's bullshit with her grounded logic. Stewie, the diabolical baby with plans for world domination, added a unique twist to the family dynamic. And Quagmire was, someone you would never let your daughter around. But as the seasons went on, it felt like all of the development for these characters was for nothing. Peter turned from lovable to just straight up Aggie, often engaging in pointless and dumb acts. Lois's reasoning morphed into nagging. And don't even get me started on Stewie, who once plotted on killing his mom and beating up Brian to stand on business, becoming a one-dimensional character whose selling point was his ambiguous sexuality. And dog, what the hell did y'all do to Cleveland and Bonnie's voices?
I personally think you should give Peter a taste of his own medicine and get a job at his special place.
The men's room at Logan Airport?
Lois Griffin, I'll find you guilty, and I'll sentence you to pay your roommate back for his dog food. Or whatever dumb this one's about.
Like, what is this shit? We all love / hate to see the changes that make our characters grow, but this growth just feels like a regression. It made it hard to connect with the characters like I once did. They lack the depth and consistency they once had, making me give two shits less about the outcome of their stories. Both of the reasons I just mentioned are huge, but they are the byproduct of the real issue, and honestly, Family Guy's biggest issue. It's the goddamn writing quality. Hold up. I already know what some of y'all will say. With anything that goes mainstream, it ends up suffering from success, which is true. I'm not gonna hold y'all, but this dip in quality feels different. Take The Simpsons, for example. I think the fallout for them was that they were stuck in their ways while trying to adapt to a modern world. As opposed to Family Guy, it felt like they depended way too much on things like cutaways and the forced Stewie gay joke that got them to mainstream instead of building upon them. It felt like they were just starting to ride the wave. Let's keep it a buck. The show has become increasingly reliant on shock value and offensive jokes. And I'm all for the jokes, but it gotta be funny. These jokes often cross into the line of not even tastelessness, but just downright bad. The clever, witty, and sarcastic edge that once defined the show has been replaced by basic ass and lazy humor. As a result, the show has lost much of its original charm and appeal. Take South Park, for example. Over the years, it has found a way to reinvent itself over and over again. Not just to match the times, but to match the quality of jokes that made it a legend. There was a time when South Park and Family Guy were neck and neck in terms of writing and jokes, but the lack of clever writing and jokes means that the show no longer offers the same level of social commentary and insight that it once did. Family Guy was once at the top of the animated sitcom world, but it has unfortunately lost its spark over the past decade or so. The overuse and degradation of cutaway jokes, piss poor character development, and terrible writing has been the issue. It feels like the show is just going for the bare minimum just to make us laugh, when it used to have me on the floor dying. This is even more interesting when you compare it to his little brother show, American Dad, which to me has slowly but steadily emerged as a superior show. Its consistent character development, sharp writing, and ability to reinvent itself without losing its core essence have allowed it to maintain a higher standard of quality. Now, I'm not riding the cancel Family Guy wave because some of the jokes and cutaways still hit, but it's just not the same no more. I'm just looking for one of my favorite TV shows to get back to its roots, focusing on meaningful stories, well-developed characters, and clever humor to recapture the magic that once made it a cultural phenomenon. Thank you, House fan, for stopping by the channel. We here at the House of Animation are dedicated to bringing you guys the best content we can. And we put a lot of hard work into these videos. So it would mean a lot if you could mash the like and subscribe button and make sure to turn the noties and alerts on to make sure you do not miss out on our videos. Also, make sure to drop a comment below to let us know if you agree with this breakdown or what else you would like us to explore on this channel. And well, with that, House fam, you already know what it is, baby. Got a blast.